Okay, am I live? I'm not sure if I'm live or not. I'm live? Yes. So make item art in 3 different mediums. Now the first one we're going to use is burlap, and feedback. When I did the that market, a vendor there who was giving these away for free. So that's what I'm going to use today. One of the things art that I got from the Dollar Tree, which comes in a package of 8. I just have my Sharpie. I'm going to fold it so that you'll be cutting 2 parts at the same time. Now I'm not right up against the heart. I'm a little outside of the heart as I'm tracing it. And now I'm just going to cut it out. So this is what I have, and I'm just going to cut it out, and when I do, I'll end up with 2 hearts. So this is the first we're going to use, and we'll be using 2 other mediums. This probably will be a long video, so if you can't stay with me, then you can watch the replay. So all the replays are in the video section of my Facebook Liz's Craft page. So I just have the 2 hearts, and the one that has the permanent marker around it is going to be inside, and one of these is going to be the front. So I have this piece of lace, and it's just a piece of lace curtain that I had. So I am going to put that on one side of the heart, and I'm going to put it on with Mod Podge. So I just want to cut it up a little bit. So I just want it like this, just like that. So I have my Mod Podge, and I'm just going to put some in the lid, and then I'm going to take my my brush, and I am going to decide where I want to place my lace. Okay, just need to trim it up a little more, because I do want a straight edge on it, and we're going to put a ribbon on it. So in order to get it correctly laid down, I want the one edge to be and I am putting, I do have this piece of cardboard underneath this so that I do not get Mod Podge on my table. Now I'm sure there are other glues that you can use. I was going to use my Aleene's, but it was pretty old, so it was dried up. So I decided to go ahead and use Mod Podge. Now the Mod Podge does make the heart a bit stiff, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. And if you all work with me here, please do this so that others can see my videos. Put it on your page. Spread it to your friends and your family. That would be wonderful. And that way then Facebook will keep my videos out there for others to see. So right now what we have is our lace. It's just a piece that I got from an old curtain, and I have Mod Podged it onto my burlap heart. So I'm just going to trim up my lace around the heart. To fall off. I don't want it to fall off. I will use my heat gun and just heat this up a little bit, hoping that it will keep my lace on my heart. So we'll see if that'll help. Okay, I think that's working. I see Holly and Dave. Hi, how are you all? Dave is my husband. Holly's a friend. And so now what we have is our lace on our burlap. And then I'm just going to take this ribbon. It's some ribbon that I got at Michael's years ago, and it is velvet. I'm just going to cut a piece to go right over the edge of my lace that's on my heart, and I'm going to hot glue that down. I'm using a low temperature glue, hot glue gun, and I'm putting 2 strips of glue on here so that it will hold my ribbon. So I'm just going to press it down, and then I'm just going to trim it up from the back so that it's even with my heart. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Isn't that cute? So we, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of bling to it. I got this from the Dollar Tree, and I think it comes, I know you can get it in different sizes. Like I think this is 3, where there's 3 on here, 3 rows. I think you can get it with the 5 rows or 2 rows or whatever. Anyway, we're just going to use 1 row, so I want to cut some more of this apart so that we're only using the 1 row. And this pink. Of course, you can do your heart in whatever color you want. They have all different colors of this stuff at the Dollar Tree. I just, my dough bowl is going to have pinks and reds in it. And that's what I like. So I have this cut. And now I'm going to hot glue this onto my heart. And I'm just all the way around. And I'm going to start in the center right here. So you only want to go a little around so that glue doesn't dry before you can get your bling on there. So you just want to do a little at a time. Okay, so you just continue get to the point on the bottom. Once you get to point on the bottom, you're going to have to cut it. And then you go around the other side. So we want to cut this off. And then we want to start, and you can either start at them here and go around, or you can start at the top. I'm going to start at the bottom. I'm going to go about halfway up. And now I'm going to put my bling on. And then I'm just going to continue around. I'm putting a bead of glue, a long string of glue around the edges of the heart. And then just pressing the bling down with my finger because I am using a low temperature hot glue gun. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut my bling because I know how much I need to finish it up. And then I'm just going to continue with my hot glue. I don't know about you guys, but it's a little cool here today. The wind is blowing cool. I don't know if we're going to get a cool front coming in or what, but it's a little cool right now. Okay, now I'm just going to trim this up a little bit. My burlap's raveling out a little, so I'm just going to trim up those edges. And then I'll show you what I have. So this is what I have so far. Isn't that cute? Okay, now what you want to do is you want to glue the two pieces together. Well, actually, no, that's not true. What I want to do is I have this little stencil, and I'm just going to use this heart right here. And the way you do that is because I'm using acrylic paint. So I have this, it's Faux Art Rose Chiffon. So I'm just going to use a little bit of this. I'm going to pour it. Woo! Okay, that was quite a bit. I poured it on my paper here. And then I have this, just a sponge that I got from the Dollar Tree. Sponge brush. And I'm going to dip it in there. And then I'm going to take most of it off. And then I'm just going to dab onto my stencil. Now this is just a plastic stencil. I don't even know where I got it. Just a little cheap stencil. I know you can get some of them from Hobby Lobby, probably Walmart. I think the Dollar Tree even has some. So I'm just doing this part, and you want to get most of the paint off of your brush just before you start. Oh yeah, that looks cute. Okay, so I'm going to dip that in the water. So I don't know if you can see this real good, but here's our pink heart on there. And then I just want to dry it a bit so that I don't mess it up. Okay, so now we're going to put our two pieces together. So we have the back of it with a heart on it, and then we have the front that we just did. So I'm going to use my glue gun, and I'm going to do the very bottom first. So I'm just going to put a V-shaped glue point of the heart, and then I'm going to put both pieces together, and then just press them down. And then I'm going continue around the edge of the heart, gluing the two pieces together. And then I'm just pressing them. So I want to leave this top part open so that I can put my fiber fill in it. So now we want to go ahead and glue down the other side. And I'm going to need my glue stick. So again, I'm just putting a line of glue around the edge of the heart. And then I'm pressing the two pieces of burlap together. So this is what we have. We have the front, the back, and then we have it like this. And now we're going to start stuffing it. Now what I used to stuff is I had an old bed pillow that I wasn't using anymore. So I just took the stuffing out of it and decided to use it. Or you can go ahead, if you don't have an extra pillow that you're not using, you can buy fiber fill at Hobby Lobby. I think they have it at Walmart. Just about anywhere where you can buy crafts. So I'm going to start stuffing it down into the point on the bottom first. And you don't want to overfill it. It just needs a little bit of stuffing. You don't want it extra fluffy. So I've stuffed it a little more than halfway. You want to make sure you do get it down in the point here. Now the front part where you did the Mod Podge will be a little stiffer. So I'm just going to add a little bit more of my fiber fill in here. And then I'm going to start closing it up. Oh, Shannon's watching. Hey, Shannon. So I've got my fiber fill down in there, and I'm just going to squeeze a little bit, and then I'm going to put my glue right in there and then put the two edges together. Okay, now that I have this side of it, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing to the other side. Now this is just a real easy, inexpensive project you can do if you're doing a dough bowl decoration in your house and you want to, you know, just put some items in it just to fill it up. Just like this would be a neat idea for our dough bowl. And so it really didn't cost me much at all. My fiber fill was free because it was from an old bed pillow. My excuse me, my burlap was free because I got it back in December when I did the craft fair. A vendor was giving it away for free, and they are actual feed bags. So they had already been recycled a couple times, and so now I'm using them, and we're recycling them for a third time. So I have a little bit here that it didn't get caught, so I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. Okay. And these don't have to be perfect. You're just putting them in your dough bowl. It's just a filler. You see how this is kind of bent down a little bit, but that's okay. And then I want to show you the one that I did earlier. So this one here has the lace on it with the ribbon and the bling around it, and then the pink heart on the back. So the one that I did earlier was just the opposite. It has the lace on this side of it, and then it says, "You are sweet" on the back. So we have these two here that we're going to put in our dough bowl. Aren't those cute? I love those. So I'm going to go ahead and put some of this aside. And now what we're going to do is we are going to do one out of paper. Now, what I have for that, and I don't need this anymore. Go ahead and put this up. No, I don't need this. Okay. So what this sheet music, and I actually got this from the Texas thrift store. It ended up being 35 cents. And I'm just using a page out here. So this is just song, you know, music pages. So what I'm going to do, and I need my paper scissors. I don't want to mess up my fabric scissors, is for this one here, I'm going to use this heart here. Now you can do your own hearts. I just decided to use the one trace around them, but they're certainly easy enough to make your own hearts. So I have this one here that I got from the Dollar Tree. It's one of those thick ones that we used on our garland. And again, I'm going to trace around it, but I'm not going to get up because I don't want to get black ink on my wooden heart. Okay. All right, so this is what I have. So my paper is folded, and when I cut it, I'm going to cut two. And it doesn't matter if you cut outside the line or inside the line. We're going to use the inside of this so that you can't see the black line. Okay, so this is what we have, and this is going to be the inside. This is going to be the inside. So I'm going to flip these over, and what I want to do with these is I want to use one of my stencils. And again, I'm still using those encouraging word stencils. I'm getting a lot of use out of them these last few days. So just know that if you buy this stencil, you know, you're going to be able to do a lot of stuff with it. So for this one here, I'm going to use this one here, Pray More, Worry Less. And I've used this before, so I don't think I need to fuzz it. So I'm just going to lay it on my heart where I want it. And I need to get out of the glue because it's bumpy. You know what? I guess that's good right there. And I'm going to use my red, and this is Old Glory Red. Now I did put the links to the encouraging word stencil and to the chalk paste. The Old Glory Red chalk paste is not in stock right now. I'm hoping that they'll be able to restock their chalk paste pretty soon. So these stencils are reusable and they are adhesive, and if you take care of them, you will be able to use them over and over and over. And that's, you know, that's one thing that I like about them is you can use them over and over, and it makes your items that you're creating just really pop. They look wonderful. I mean, I really like these stencils. Okay, here's what we have. Pray more, stress less. So I'm putting my stencil down in the water face down. Now, if you were doing this at home, you would immediately take your stencil to your sink and use a sponge and wipe it off. The chalk paste comes off really well. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, I don't want to mess this up, so I'm going to go ahead and use my heat gun and dry this. It says they're having problems playing my video, but I'm watching it, my live, on my cell phone, and it looks okay. So I'm just going to keep going. All right. I think that's good right there. Yep. And now what I want to do on the back of this one is I want to punch out some hearts. Now I'm only going to do 3. So this is just a hole punch. Not exactly sure where I got it. Probably Hobby Lobby. And this is the Dollar Tree cookie sheets, tins, you know, the aluminum. So I'm just going to do like, and that's what I'm going to use to decorate the back of this dough bowl heart that we're doing. Okay, so I just punched 3 of these out. And then I'm going to hot glue these onto the back of my heart. I'm going to do a V-shape glue on my heart, and then I'm going to press it down on the back of my heart here. Okay, so I'm going to do 3 of them. I'm going to go ahead and place them on here the way I think they should go. And then I'll continue on here. Okay, so I got 2 of them on. Let's put the last one on. Now be careful, because this tin does get hot when you put the hot glue on it. Okay, so this is what we have, the 3 hearts on here, and then we have the pray more, worry less on this one. So now what we're going to do is put them together. So again, I'm going to start at the bottom, and I'm just going to do a V-shape glue on the edge, and then put the 2 pieces together. And then I'm going to go ahead and continue up the side, but you don't want to do the very top, because we need to leave that open so that we can put our fiber fill in it. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side just like I did the last side. Now, to help me with my fiber fill and to get it down in the bottom here, I'm using the end of this paintbrush. And here we go. So I have this Yeah, this has some extra fiber in it, and it's a little difficult, so I'm going to use a piece of this here, a smaller piece, and I'm going to put it down in here, and then I'm going to take my paintbrush end and I'm just going to push it down in there. And when you do this, you might see some spots that you need to apply more glue to. But that looks pretty good. I'm amazed. Okay, so I'm just putting some more fiberfill in. And like I said, you don't want it too puffy. You want to be able to put it together and glue it. I mean, it's not going to be like a pillow. It's just a filler for your dough bowl. So now what I want to do is I want to put some glue along the top edge of my heart. I'm going to do one side, put it together, and then do the other side. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. Maybe I need to turn it this way. Seems to work a little better for me. Okay. So you want to pull it so that it gets taut and both pieces are more even, and then you can press them down so that they're gluing together. Okay, so this here, just a cute little heart for your dough bowl made out of music sheet. And I'm going to show you the one I did earlier today. So this one here has 5 hearts on it, and then on the back it says you are enough. Of course, this one says pray more, stress less, and there's 3 hearts on the back. So just another way that you can make hearts or fillers for your dough bowl. Now this next one is a little bit different. I get pieces of leather. So I have this heart here, and it was one of them that hung down from the Dollar Tree. We already used one of the hearts for another project, and we're gonna just use this one to trace around. So I have these 2 pieces of whitish leather, and these were from old purses. Now you can get purses from like the thrift store or Goodwill, and then I just cut them apart and use the leather. I mean, you don't want to pay a whole lot for them because you're just cutting them up. So I just lay this down, and then I'm going to trace around it with my marker. And again, I'm not getting right up on the edge of the heart. I'm trying not to get the black ink on it. And now I'm going to do this one. Okay. All right. So now we can go ahead and cut these out. And they're pretty thick, so you want to use your good scissors for these. And you don't want to do both of them at the same time because it's too thick. Okay, Okay, so we have that one cut out. Now I'm going to cut this one out. And in fact, you know, that feed bag that I had, it actually still had more feed in it. So whatever they used it for after that, or maybe it was used for something and then used for a feed bag. But yeah, it still had little pieces of whatever it is that they feed the animals in it. I thought that was kind of cool. So, you know, we're kind of saving it from the landfill, making something beautiful with it. I like that. Okay. And what was I going to do with this? Oh, yeah, I'm going to do one of these on it. You have great job. I mean, no signal. This one says find your passion. This one says actually I can. And then this one says keep trying. So I think I am going to use the keep trying. So I'm just going to put this right in the center, hopefully, of my heart. And then I'm going to use, again, the red. And this here is Old Glory red chalk paste. And I have my squeegee. Let's get some on my squeegee, and then I'm going to put it right on my stencil. Okay, I think that looks good. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, keep trying. Isn't that nice? So again, I'm putting my stencil in the water so that the chalk paste doesn't clog up my the screen in my stencil. And then I'm going to go ahead and dry it with my heat gun. Okay, that looks good. Now for the other side of it, I'm going to put this on there. Now I'm not sure where I got this. It's supposed to be a bookmark, you know, where you put this in your book and then this hangs down. But I'm going to put it on the other side of my heart. So I'm going to have it like this. So I'm going to go ahead and on here, I'm just going to put a strip of glue right in the center. And I'm going to make sure the metal heart is in the glue. That way, hopefully, it's not going to move. And then since my ribbon isn't glued down on itself, I'm going to glue that too. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this ribbon, and then I'm going to glue it down on the inside of my heart. So I'm going to put 2 strips of glue on the ribbon itself, and then I'm just going to glue it right down to the inside of my heart. So it looks like this. I think this is going to be so cute. So this is what we have here, and on this side here. Let me make sure this is good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put it together. And again, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do the bottom first. So I'm just going to do a V. And then I'm going to put this piece of the heart this one, and I'm going to make sure it's lined up. And if it's not, that's okay. You can always use your scissors and cut the excess off of each side if it doesn't line up. Okay, now again, we're just going to go part way up so that we leave room so that we can put the fiber fill in our heart. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Okay, I think I'm going to go a little bit further up since this heart is a little bit bigger. Okay, just like that. And now I'm going to start using my fiber fill. So I'm just going to get a little bit of it to start out with, and I'm going to put it down at the bottom where the point is. And if I need help getting that down there, I'll just use the end of my paintbrush to push it down in there. Okay, that looks pretty good. So I'm going to put some more in there. And then I'm going to do a little bit more. So let's see how this is right here. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and close this up. I think I'm going to go on this side, and I'm going to do the left side first. So I'm just putting glue on the edge of the bottom part from where I have it in my hand. And now I'm squeezing the ends together and I'm wiping off the excess glue. Going to do the same thing to the other side. I think the leather hearts might be my favorite. Although I really like the burlap ones too. So I'm going to show you the other leather heart I did earlier today. I'm going to trim this up a little bit. You see the edges here? I'm just going to trim that up so you don't see that. I'm using the wrong scissors. These scissors cut much better. Okay, right here a little bit. So you want to turn your heart over and see if there's any on the other side that you might need to trim up too. So I just have a little bit. All right, well, that looks pretty good. Okay, so what we have is this right here on the back of the heart, or you could call that the front. And then this right here on the other side. So this says keep trying. So let me get this out of the way. Let me show you what we have. Oh, and I made this one here earlier. So this says keep life simple, and it's in a red leather. And then it has just this right here. This was off of an old pair of shoes that I had, and I put that in the middle. So just to rehash what we did, we made this one here with the pink heart on the back. I made this one earlier with the You Are Sweet on the back. Aren't these cute for the dough bolt? And then we did these two paper hearts on music sheets. This one's Pray More, Stress Less, with the metal hearts on the other side. And then this one is You Are Enough, with the metal hearts on the other side, or aluminum on the other side. And then of course the leather ones, keep life simple, keep trying, and then the back side. So which one do you like best? I think I like the leather ones, but you know, now that I'm looking at it, I think I like the burlap ones the best. I think they're my favorite. But what I'll do is I'll take a picture of these and I'll put them on Liz's Craft page, and then I'll also put them on Liz's Craft Friends. And if you don't know what Liz's Craft Friends is, it is a group that I set up that you all can post pictures of the crafts that you've done, and then we can just encourage each other to you know, do crafts and get ideas from each other and all like that. It is a closed group. You will have to answer 2 questions in order to join the group. And it is, do you like crafts and will you abide by the rules? If you answer yes, I more than likely will approve you. However, there has been a time or two that I have declined to approve someone. You know, when I look at your profile, if I think something looks fishy, then I will. But in most cases, I will approve you. So if you don't get my notifications when I go live, just go to Liz's Craft page, make sure you're following me, and then hit the button that says get all notifications or something like that. And if you would share my videos, that would really help out, because Facebook, the more they think that people like what you're doing, then the more they'll have your information out there. So I would appreciate that, and I appreciate each and every one of you who support me. And I will be back, or should be back, on Monday. I know it's a holiday and there's no school, but we will continue with our dough bowl videos. So I should have another craft for you on Monday, and I will see you then. But until then, keep crafting. Bye.